Now that you've attended Beasts class, I've asked Deke to assist you in using the room to further your studies in that regard. Please meet him there when you can.
I've not heard from my Uncle Roland in quite some time. I've been beside myself with worry. Could you meet me in the courtyard?
Glad you came.
I wonder where they go.
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stay with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become an...
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love, if you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk clumps for me.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgot. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet.
Do you remember anything about the letters you...
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to.
Revelio.
And where did I set my traps? Was it lower or upper Hogsfield? You can feed a beast, or it can feed you. I prefer the latter. I'll check your pockets after you're dead.
Revelio.
When the clouds are dark is always the best time to strike. It's as if nature herself lends a veil.
Leave the hawk clumps to Mrs. Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Sirona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more hawk clumps while I'm there. Better have a look around. See about the hawk clumps and the box of letters. Incendio! That's all the hawk clumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Revelio! Revelio. Depulso. Revelio. Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Confringo! Revelio. This must be Sorona's box of letters. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad. I think that's everything. Sirona will be...
Running a bit late this morning.
Wish I had the courage to go into the forest.
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters and...
Of course. It appears most of the
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice.
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheer.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you have, especially when it comes to young people. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan, and for returning this box of letters. I'll say it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village from those trolls.
Deke. Ah, Deke is so happy to see you. Deke noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deke has seen one of these before. Deke calls it a knapsack. Perfect for gathering and transporting beasts. Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howard said in Beasts class, that I should study as many beasts as I can on my own time. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in the area. So, perhaps the beasts will be safer with us than out on their own.
Precisely what Deke was thinking. You see, the room knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deke can show you how to best use the knapsack and where. Come along then. Our first stop will be beyond the castle grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready to go.
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect! Deke loves an outing. That was a dark time in Deke's life. Deke found himself in service of the cruelest wizard he ever met. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh. It was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack.
Revelio.
It would be nice to see one used for good. We have arrived. Deke enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right.
You got one!
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A job at...
All right. Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. Deke will meet you there.
Hello, Deke. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deke has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
What if I can't find any beasts in their usual habitat?
Beasts won't stray too far from their homes. Look nearby or...
Do you have any advice on how I can...
Levioso is not only helpful when rescuing flying beasts, it can also help rescue beasts that are generally Try using that spell the next time you encounter a small...
Would you mind talking a bit more about...
Deek's master was not kind to beasts, or to be used for potion ingredients and labor But Deek is grateful to be at Hogwarts, where he can help care for beasts.
Then I shall go and rescue a Jobberknoll.
Good luck. Deek will be waiting.
Leviosa! No, you don't. I'll look after you. I rescued a Jobberknoll.
Deek hopes your Jobberknoll finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deek knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deek will see you there.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio. Hello, Deek. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon. So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time,
I shall go and find a moon calf then.
Deek will be waiting for your return. It warms Deek's heart to see a student so comfortable.
Deek, what am I meant to be doing again?
You should try to find a...
Revelio. No need to be difficult. I mean you no harm. Levioso! Wingardium Leviosa! Everything's all right now. Revelio. It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a moon calf now.
Another beast, safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight. Deke supposes you're finished. He'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've got.
All right.
Deke will meet you back in the room. There you are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued, then you home. But, not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of? Heavens! You've done it!
But what is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out. Meet you inside when you're ready. Look at this. It's amazing.
Where are we, Deke?
It seems to be a place for your beasts to live, a vivarium of some sort. Oh, your beasts will be quite comfortable here. They'll live healthy, safe lives. Perhaps you want to release them, let them see their new home. Deke thinks the vivarium will be a...
Indeed. I only hope we'll have enough space.
Deke hopes so too. But if you do run out of room, Madam Peck at Brood and Peck in Hogsmeade will help...
Any beasts that the room can't hold?
Yes, she's well known for helping to care for beasts in need. Speaking of care, beasts that are well fed and groomed will provide you with... If you gather some magical materials from your beasts...
Very well. I shall let you know when I have them. I've collected some magical materials, Deke.
Now Deke can show you how to use them. First, you'll need to use this spellcraft to conjure an enchanted loom.
An enchanted loom?
Exactly. It will allow you to use your magical materials to weave magic into, making your clothing more useful in a variety. Why don't you try it? Deke thinks.
I'll go and experiment with Deke. I used the enchanted loom, Deke.
Wonderful.
Will I be able to weave even more powerful magic into my clothing with the loom?
You will, by rescuing even more powerful beasts. For now, however, Deke suggests you explore the vivarium and get to know the beasts you've already rescued.
Can I use the loom to enhance any?
The loom will only enhance clothing of us. Deke suspects you'll find more valuable clothing. Deke also knows that some of the shops in Hogsmeade can provide you.
Thank you for your help, Deke.